All right, Friday's coaches notes. To start, we've got 15 minutes to find our 1 rep max power clean. Then we move into part B, which is our CP battery test, which we have done this before in the past. But how this works is you have 8 minutes to get as many power cleans as you can with 90% of whatever you got on part A. So you're just going to rack up power cleans as many as you can get in 8 minutes. And then we move into a grip test. So right off the bat, probably the most important part today is making sure everyone kind of knows what the CP battery test means and why we're doing it. Basically, our CP battery, we're doing this to test how fast can we recharge between reps. Okay, the faster the better. So Bryce sent out a good chart in the email kind of explaining results and, what we suggest to work on depending on what score you get. So please make sure you take a look at that and so that you're able to explain our results and talk about it after we do this portion. So, let's say someone goes through this, gets less than, or let's say they get 15 reps in this 8 minutes at their 90%. So we can talk about it, and that kind of tells us, if they had a poor score and let's say their form was sloppy, well, maybe they just need to dial in their technique and drill their clean form. Let's say there's someone else who maybe, had a poor score, but their reps were pretty crisp. That tells us that they need to work that aerobic capacity, and so that their heart rate doesn't get so jacked up between reps. So, just be able to, you should be able to talk about that after. And I actually wrote our chart that was in the email on the board so that after we all do part B, we can walk over to the board and talk about our results and what that means. And so they can kind of walk away tomorrow with something to work on, something to think about. And then part C, our grip test, RX will be 1 arm hang on each arm as long as you can go. Once you drop, you're done. Scaled would be both arms, so hanging from both arms. No grips, no gloves, nothing. We're going bare hands to get a true test. So right off the bat, we got 15 minutes here, 8 minutes here, and no more than 5 here. So it gives you a good chunk, 30 minutes of warm up to be able to talk about our part B, every part, and really make sure everyone's understanding what's happening here in part B, and drill in our technique, our power clean form. So, today would be a good day to grab PVCs, go over timing, bar path, and, grab barbells, and just hit a ton of reps, right? Making sure people know how to get set properly before every rep on our CP battery test, because it's 90%. We'll be doing singles, so that'll kind of transfer here as well in part A, making sure you're set for every power clean, talking about our catch position, make sure people aren't starfishing because that can put us in a bad position, making sure they're dropping low, a missed power clean should be a squat clean, right? So we want to make sure people are landing correctly. So it's pretty straightforward today. Just make sure everyone knows what's going on in part B, because that's probably the most important part today. Have fun, guys.